Hi guys, and welcome back to Habitual Crypto. My name's Dan, and here on the channel we like to make good habits in trading. So if you like trading cryptocurrencies, be sure to click that like button and subscribe. Today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as Bitcoin dominance charts, and I have a few quick news of the day articles for you guys, and then we will jump into uh, charting any altcoins you guys are interested in. So, just taking a step back here, we have the Bitcoin chart here on the daily, and this is pretty much most of the bull run so far. So, I always like to take kind of a step back here and look at the chart from a distance because I've talked about us rounding about here and how I thought we would have a slight pullback here. Um, just from looking, I'm not totally convinced that we're not going to go lower. My lowest target is for about $43,000. Um, Now, I'm not convinced we're going to go down that far, but it's definitely that would not shock me if we had one more dip down to 43. I think it would get bought up really quickly, so we probably would not spend much time down there. You know, I think we'd get back up to 45 within maybe an hour if we did wick down there. Um, but going in, looking on the daily here for the past week here, we did, hit 47,000. Then we had a big engulfing candle here, which has played out. We have been able to close the day. We were able to close the day yesterday above the 50-day moving average, which is the yellow line here. So that was big, and I think that made it so we had made a higher high today. But as you can see, we are struggling again to hold above the 21 day, and we'll see today if we close above or below the 50 day again. I think if what I said yesterday is I think we will come down and make a higher low here. So probably between 51 and 52,000, I think Bitcoin is headed to. And hopefully we'll be making a higher low, which will look something like this, and then maybe a lower high, higher low, where we just get tighter and tighter until we pop up to those next levels. That's kind of what I'm expecting here. Obviously, we'll see what happens. Uh, but yeah, you know, it, we were unsuccessful in breaking um, the high here, which was 57,600. This white dotted line here. That's what we need to break for me to get a lot more bullish on the short term. Right now, I think Bitcoin is going to stabilize here. Like I said, this may last a week or two, maybe just a few days, but I think we will make a higher low than our uh, than our low here at 47, and then we'll continue to range in this area until we have a nice breakout to the upside. But it might take a little more time. If we zoom in on the hourly here, let me just erase this. So this is the hourly, and like I said, you can see it more clearly here. We were not able to really break this consolidation here. You can see we just had a wick in the past hour, but we got rejected pretty hard when we did get up closer to the highs from back here. So, like I said, I think we are going to kind of round down here and probably head to about 51, 52 before heading back up. So we will see what happens with Bitcoin. But while Bitcoin has been, you know, it did make a nice higher high, or it made a nice higher high than our low here. It has given room for Ethereum to take the reins here. And Ethereum, again, hitting all-time highs again today around 2750. Just incredible with Ethereum. I've been telling you guys how bullish I am on Ethereum for the next month or so. I think Ethereum will continue to go up as long as Bitcoin stays pretty neutral. I think that's going to help Ethereum a lot. And you guys can see when we had, we have this big wedge here that we've been moving in. And then even when we had the big Bitcoin drop, we were able to make nice support at this level, and that has just sent us up. So yeah, again, I'm bullish on Ethereum. We are at the top of this trend line here. So we'll see if we get a rejection. I'm not totally convinced that we will get a rejection here. It is possible we break above it and make new support on it. Another option is we come back down and make support on this trend line here before heading back up around 2550. I think that's definitely an option as well. But either way, I don't think Ethereum's done in the short term. I think Bitcoin will most likely stay pretty neutral. Even if it does make slight higher highs, that I think will only help Ethereum as well. Because even with Bitcoin moving up, Bitcoin dominance has continued to fall, guys. I've been screaming about Bitcoin dominance for months now. Since January 3rd, we have been on a massive downtrend. This is why I've been allocated mainly to altcoins and Ethereum, if you consider Ethereum an altcoin. But even with the Bitcoin dips, even with, Bitcoin making support around 55, we continue to make lower lows every day. Currently, we are making a lower low. On the trading view chart for Bitcoin dominance, we're at 50.17. And like I said, if we break 50, I think we'll see a big drop from there. I believe on crypto market cap, we're making even lower. We're even lower on Bitcoin dominance, around 49.5%. But I think most people are probably going by like the trading view chart and some other, trading software charts, which I believe are still above 50. So I'm hoping when we break this support, we see even more downside for Bitcoin dominance. And guys, we're still kind of early in this cycle for Bitcoin dominance to be as low as it is. If I go to the daily here, you can see back in 2018 at the end of, in January at the end of the last bull market, Bitcoin dominance hit 35%. I'm pretty convinced at this point that at some point, probably the peak for altcoins, we're going to make a lower low than 35%, probably closer to 30%. That's what I think is going to happen, but we'll see. But so far, Bitcoin has not been able to hold up anything. Like I said, in a couple weeks, maybe a month, I think Bitcoin will start to heat up again, and I think we will see a big turnaround. But I still think that's a couple weeks to a month away, and I think we could get down to 45, maybe even 40% Bitcoin dominance by the time that happens. So we will see. As far as news goes today, I'm going to start off with just some basic Bitcoin bullish news. So even though we have come down, a bit, um, the Fed commits to holding interest rates at 0%. This just came out. Jerome Powell made this announcement at a press conference, and basically they're going to keep interest rates at zero. And he says there will continue to be pressure uh, on the rates. So, I mean, I'm there could be some negative interest rates for like lower held bonds or treasury bonds, stuff like that. So again, investors, the bond is like, I believe, a $15 trillion market. Investors are going to look for other places to put their money. Uh, so right now you can get 0 to 0.25%. I mean, give me a break. Who's going to put their money in that? Especially with the dollar going down as well. You know, you're just losing money. You're losing value, I should say. Not your how much money you have, but the value that it holds. So, bullish for Bitcoin on a macro scale. Next, we have Nexon, a big Japanese gaming company, just announced they bought 1,700 Bitcoin, estimated about $100 million worth, and that's big. But I mean, they bought it at an average of $58,200. So guys, these companies, they believe 58,000 is still a good deal on Bitcoin. They're not just willy-nilly buying these at these prices. They believe over time it's going to hit 100 million or 100,000, 200,000. So again, bullish on the macro. More companies announcing their investments in Bitcoin. JP Morgan, who called Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme just a few years ago, said Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, said he was going to fire any client, any banker offering crypto to their investors. Now they are partnering with Singapore DBS to launch blockchain-based payment platform. Guys, blockchain is the future of finance and a lot of other integrations in industries. So all across the world, it's going to be it's the new technology that's going to be inserted in a lot of companies, a lot of industries and systems to make them more efficient. And again, JP Morgan, one of the biggest banks in America, Chase, now they are working to make a payment system through blockchain. Again, just macro on Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. And then finally, again, kind of on the same sort of tone here, Ethereum on a high after European investment banks 121 million digital bond news. So basically, a European investment bank is issuing 2-year digital bonds on Ethereum through Goldman Sachs, Santander, and Societe. So again, these are going to be bonds that are running on the Ethereum blockchain. Again, blockchain and finance is going to keep growing. It is better. It is more efficient. And we're just at the start of this type of technology. So, and then, Ethereum hitting all-time highs after this news as well. So that's all the news I have for you today. Just a lot of positive macro news for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. Again, if you guys like the content, please feel free to subscribe, follow on Twitch, give me a like. It helps the YouTube algorithms so people can find my videos here. I'm trying to do this very organically, and I don't mind spending the time. And I appreciate you guys in the chat. Please keep commenting. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going for about an hour and a half. We're going to look at a lot of altcoins, any ones you guys are interested in. So I stream now Tuesday through Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern to 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks a lot, guys. Hey guys, how's it going in the chat here? I put on a new song here. Hey G Hafler, how's it going, man? JSK, how's it going? Jowo Martins, how's it going, man? Good to see you guys all back. I'm gonna get to all of your altcoins you want to look at here. Let's take a look. Let's see here. You want to take a look at Chainlink and Cardano. Yes, I did see the Cardano news. Sorry I did not talk about that today, but yeah, I will go over that. I know they made, we've been kind of anticipating their news with like Africa. I forget the city, but we'll go over that. But yeah, it should be very bullish for Cardano. Probably like it's probably going to help Cardano, not all at once, but there's probably going to be more and more news related to that as it gets established. So it's going to probably trickle in, which may be better for Cardano rather than pumping and then retracing, just kind of getting, it's going to, obviously if they're being integrated in a country, a big country, they're going to, that news is going to, there's going to be more and more news related to it as they get going. Hello, Donna. Chainlink, I think, is ready to pop, so we will take a look at that. Yeah, JSK, we'll take the Ethiopian government deal, so we will look into that. Sorry I didn't mention that. I knew about it. I just kind of forgot when I was doing my research to add that in. But maybe I'll bring it up tomorrow as well. So let's start with, let's see here. Let's start with Chainlink, because I know a lot of you guys are interested in Chainlink. This is the daily chart for Chainlink. So as you can see, we had this Fibonacci level here. We did get up to all-time highs, and I talked about this yesterday, how Chainlink was looking really good, starting to make support on previous highs, and then the Bitcoin drop happened, just bad timing, and it brought it down a couple fib levels here. Now we have been rejected twice on the previous high again. Not our new high, but the one this fib level pertains to. But I think, now, we're getting rejected on that previous high, that last fib level here, before the extension levels. But we are getting support on the 21-day moving average. So we are above that now, and that should act as support, hopefully until we break above this again. So I don't think it's going to be long for Ethereum to break above that, especially if Bitcoin dominance keeps dropping. I think we will break above that. And again, nice consolidation here for over 2 months now for Chainlink. I think when we do finally make support on this line here, right around $36.93, we got to get above it and then come back down, make support on it. I think Ethereum will Chainlink will probably blast off from there. Let's see here. So yeah, Ethereum looking good. And again, if I go to like the 1 hour here, you can see, you know, we're making made a higher high, higher low, higher high, and now we're at the higher low. So, and we're making support on this previous high right here. So in the short term, you know, if we're going to be making a higher high again, that's going to get us above this level. And maybe that happens tonight and we close the day above that level. That would be very good if we can close a daily candle above that level. So I would not be shocked if that happened even tonight. You know, you have about 3 hours left. It's definitely possible. We'll see. Let's see, Cardano. Let's see if Cardano did move on the news. Yeah, so not too much. Again, Cardano has really been just staying right with Bitcoin. And just kind of following Bitcoin's every move. So it's kind of the same thing with Polkadot. I think Cardano is doing a little bit better, but just kind of hanging around there. So I don't really, you know, have much to say, although, you know, Cardano in the long term has been in this range now for 2 months. So, you know, it has made a very well established support here. And, you know, I don't see why the next move wouldn't be testing these highs again. And when you break, same thing as Chainlink, when you break above that and make support, that's when you're going to probably see some nice moves. Yeah, I am bullish on Cardano. It's just moving. Like if we look at the hourly with, here, let me see if I could do this here. So that is Cardano, and this is Bitcoin. Oops. Sorry guys, 1 second. So that's Cardano, and here is Bitcoin, and we will go to the hourly for Bitcoin. And look at these charts, guys. This is what I mean. It is just lock and step with Bitcoin. Now, if you look close enough, the difference is Cardano got above this range here, where Bitcoin failed to get above this range here. So Cardano makes support here, you might see a nice bounce. That is the difference. And I think that's the difference with Polkadot too. So I believe Polkadot has stayed below like Bitcoin has. So yeah, I'm bullish on Cardano. I think, you know, a lot of the coins, even though they did it a week ago, you know, or a few days ago, once they got above this range, did pop up right back to where they were previously. So, yeah, I mean, I'm bullish on Cardano. There's some coins maybe that look stronger. Like the coins that really have done well this past week are the ones that even when Bitcoin dipped, stayed relatively strong. Not that they made a lot, that not that they gained, but that they didn't drop much. So those are the ones that have done really well in the past week. Um, but yeah, so I hope that makes sense there. But yeah, I would not be surprised if Cardano has a nice day in the next couple days. If one of those days is very good for Cardano. Let's see here. Um, where do you see it in 5 years? Um, and Jowl says there's an event tomorrow for ADA. It could pump the price, right? Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's due, Jowl. So, like I said, I didn't even see what you said, but I think if it makes support at this level here, makes this a support, you'll probably see some nice price action. And I would think a, you know, a event normally would help because they normally would give some nice future projects and info for what's going to happen with Cardano. Um, yeah, the whole roadmap for Cardano. So, I do think we will be going into I do think we will be going into a bear market at some point. And I think, prices will drop significantly for all of the coins. Um, I know there's institutional money going in and people say that's going to make it different. But, like we saw with Tesla, institutions will take profit. And, you have to remember like this market is really it acts on reflex. So basically when people start FOMOing in, which I don't even think we've really seen that yet, that's going to be the next phase, the final big phase where Bitcoin possibly goes from 60,000 to 200,000 in a matter of a few months. I think that's what is going to happen. And when that happens, it's going to create people reacting to price going up. They will react by buying it and FOMOing in, and it's going to keep causing the price to go up and up and up. Where once you actually do top out, I don't care how many institutions get in with big money, it's not going to be enough to hold back the reaction that people have when it starts going down. They're going to sell, they're going to react. It's going to be a lot of panic selling, and it will cause a big drop at the end of this cycle. So maybe not 80% like we saw last cycle, but I would say at least 60% I'm expecting. But if we go up to 200,000 and drop 60%, then we're still looking at like $70,000 to $80,000. So I think if I did my math right. So that's how I see the market happening. But there will be a big drop. My point with that is, Cardano in 5 years, if we're at the height of the next cycle, assuming Cardano's still going to be up there competing the way it has, and like it doesn't get overtaken by Solana, Elron, some of the smaller guys don't come in and take place, Binance Chain and Polkadot. There's a lot of competitors now. AVAX. I think they will all have their piece. So I'm not trying to say Cardano is going to fall, but I think all of them will be way above. Maybe one of them doesn't make it, one of the smaller ones, but I think most of them will be, they will probably at least 5x what their price is at the end of this cycle. So at the end of the next cycle, they'll probably at least 5x what their top price will be at this cycle. So I hope that gives kind of a, idea. So if we're midway through this cycle, midway through the next bull cycle, ADA could be 5 to 10x more than it is now. I think that's easily possible because that's what we've seen in the past. So, all right. So let's take a look at VET and Silo. I have not heard of Silo Love for Seasons, but I'll look into it, see what we're working with here. But let me take a look at VET really quick. Let me know if you guys hate or love the music. I put on the Surprise Me channel, so it's just going to play random songs. VET. Here we go. And yeah, so VeChain here. Oh, excuse me. JSK, we got let's see here. Slow and steady VeChain has killed it this year. We had this after it already went up multiples. We had this we charted out during this retracement this nice Fibonacci level, and it's doing great, going up the ladders here, and then we pass all-time highs and we go up to the first extension. Well, like a few days later, we just blast through 1, 2, 3, 4, all of the extensions, and then plenty more after that. So VeChain has been pretty much unstoppable. Then it did have the big drop with Bitcoin here. But if I chart out kind of what we're working with here, come on, baby. So this would be that. I can erase this, and then we can actually do another. Fib extension here. So why is it not? There we go. So yeah, you can see these fib levels working out here. We came back up, got rejected off the 0.5. And, then Bitcoin dropped a little more. But now we got above 0.5, got rejected off the 618. and now we're making support here on the 382. So again, higher highs, higher lows. You know, VeChain, I think, is a beast, and you know, has not really retraced much over this whole bull run. So it has had some retracements, but just multiples after that it goes up. So you know, you are going up pretty fast here from the very bottom, but I don't see why it wouldn't keep going up. If I had to bet, not financial advice, but I would say, you know, VeChain's going to hit all-time highs again, and who knows, it could do one of these again. But I'm looking for plays that have not done what VeChain has yet. So if we go to the daily here, and let's just measure here from, I won't go all the way to the bottom, but like this consolidation here, you are up, currently you're up 4,600%. So, you know, and from the top, we're talking 6,700% from the top. From this consolidation here, this was back in May. Okay, so maybe that wasn't fair. That was back in May. So this consolidation, when the bull market started, you're up 2,300%. So 2,300%, a 23x from like November. I'm just allocating myself to coins that have not done that yet, that could do something like that. So it's nothing against VeChain. For all I know, it could keep blasting off here. But I'm just, you know, I'm looking for different investments personally. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I had extra holdings that I just wanted to throw into some some just incredible altcoins, maybe I would throw a little into VeChain, hoping it does, you know, multiples again. But yeah, it's just been too crazy. And I said the same thing. I don't know if you guys asked me, but I said the same thing when it went up, you know, 1,200% here. So, you know, it went up another few multiples here. So, you know, it's just too risky for me, because if it has topped out for the time being, you could see a much bigger retracement. So, hey, crypto newbie, I'm good. How are you? You come to the right place if you're a newbie. Let me know if you have any coins you want to look at. Let me take a look at Silo. Let me see if that comes up. All right, yeah, so I'm going to go to the KuCoin US dollar pairing. Here we go. Let's see what Silo. Okay, so I'm guessing this was listed back last summer. And has just had a, you know, downtrend uh, until basically the beginning of the year, and has had an incredible year. So love for seasons, I mean, I've seen a lot of coins kind of play out like this, and oh boy, sorry, I hit my space bar. So basically you've come all the way back up and you are at your previous all-time highs where it closed. So if you can break that and make support, this could keep going, especially if it's like a lower cap play, which I'm assuming. And you know, it's holding up pretty nicely up here at these levels. So let's see here. Just gonna put some it looks like this consolidation here, that's kind of what you've been hitting, making support on, if we zoom in. And it does look like things are tightening up a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I think this looks good. You're basically pinballing between not the, you know, the wick here, but where you kind of closed the days after it was listed. That I would consider more your all-time high than this big wick here, because that probably lasted minutes. But you know, wicked down, then came back up, and you closed the day around this area. So right now you can see your support and resistance is pinballing in here the past week. So, you know, I don't see why this wouldn't, this looks really bullish to me. Hitting all-time highs again and then going. Now, you might get something like a cup and handle, because like you have some consolidation, like some support here where you hit, you know, you blasted through, then made support there. So sometimes on these charts I see something like this, and then you go, so you have the big cup and the big handle, and then you blast off from there. So that is possible, but it's also very possible that if you can close a day or two solidly, like above this, and then make support on it, it's probably going to have a nice jump from there as well. Yeah, but coming back down to these levels, you know, unless Bitcoin really crashes, I don't see that happening. I think you look pretty good. I hope that helps Love for Seasons. Yeah, crypto newbie. So I'll show you some coins I'm talking about, and it's not that you know, a lot of coins have done 10x's from the beginning of the bull run. VeChain has done a 23x. So, you know, it's, and some of them just keep going. So I'm not even saying like I am bearish at all on VeChain. I'm just I'm looking for better options, in my opinion. Um, let's take a look here at some of them. One of them I basically harass you guys about every day is Aave. Um, so Aave has done pretty well here. But from about the same thing. So Aave's done a 7x from November. Okay. But it's a big DeFi play, and it has now been consolidating for about 2.5 months, and it has made very strong support right around $300. And I've been telling you guys back here how bullish I am on Aave, that it will eventually get up here. And the past 4 days, it's went up. It got up to 50% in the past 4 days from top to bottom, or bottom to top. So, but I'm, this coin can run just like it did, back here. So I think there's been enough consolidation where I'm not going to sell here hoping that it comes back down, because I'm not going to risk missing when it does pop up here. And I told you guys DeFi is coming back. It had a big run in February. I think a lot of the DeFi projects are going to do very good from now into May. And then, once they peak out, there'll probably be, some retracement and some more consolidation. But in the short term, I'm very bullish. And even today, let's see what Aave did on the, let's go to so this is the past few days. You see these Fibonacci levels get up, break through, make support, up to the next one, break through, make support, got rejected, make support again, up to the next one. And now we are making support. We did make support on this one. So that's not to say, because Aave did have a nice run, that it can't come back down, but it has not been doing that since it's been moving up. So really the next level is 505. And obviously 500 might act as some resistance, and we have moved 50% in 4 days. So maybe we have a little bit, of a cool down. I don't know, but just overall macro over this month, I'm continuing to hold my Aave. And then I also compare that to the Bitcoin chart as well. So this is Aave compared to Bitcoin, which a lot of traders trade alts with Bitcoin. So you're looking at these levels as well. And you can see we made a higher high from, this summer, or past summer, lower high. Now we made a higher high in February, lower high, and now, the next move would be a higher high. But even if it gets back up to its previous highs, that's going to be almost it's like a 90% move back up to its previous highs in Bitcoin. So I'm always focused on making more making more Bitcoin, stacking stacking sats. I don't even know why I try. But this is what the Bitcoin chart looks like. Again, had a big retracement. That's fine. Leveled off, and now we're making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. That's the game here. And I don't see why it wouldn't eventually come up to test these highs again. So yeah, I mean, it's not so much sleeping coins as much as it is you have to realize that the crypto markets move in the money moves from coins to coins. It's they cycle through. So in February the DeFi coins took off. In March, the NFT coins took off. And now in April, it was a lot of the old coins from 2017, like Neo, Ethereum Classic, Monero. A lot of those coins had nice big runs. And now I feel like things are cycling back into DeFi now that Ethereum is moving like crazy. So, a good strategy is to, hold long term. Another strategy is to move with the trends of the month, pretty much. When DeFi hits all-time highs, and if I go to like the DeFi perpetual charts here, let me find it. Yeah, so the three support lines, I'll go to the DeFi, but I just want to, help you out, newbie there. Basically, what I mean by these three supports is even when Bitcoin dumps, okay, the good traders, the really good traders, most likely ones with a lot of money that are well trained, had buy orders before before the crash even happened. Okay, crash. I mean the dip that Bitcoin had. Okay, they probably had buy orders in this area, right around like 280, because they knew this had already had support from two previous dips. So if Bitcoin dipped again, it's probably going to wick down there and find support. So you can see this, it got down here, and in the same 4-hour candle, probably same 1-hour candle as well, got bought all the way back up from 280 to 334 in probably a matter of minutes. So good traders already have their buy orders for those levels, hoping that they get those dips and their orders get filled. Some of them maybe had it down towards 270 that didn't get filled, but yeah, my point is basically traders are not letting Aave get below these levels. 280 at the lowest is where they're letting it get down before it gets bought up, like eaten up like candy. It's just very, very firm support at this level. The only thing that's going to bring it down is if Bitcoin had like a 40% crash, maybe that brings it down past those levels. But we had a 25% crash and that didn't happen. Maybe a 30% gets it down a little lower, but you still even had another $10 down. So that's my point. You want to look for, so basically on this retracement, we came down and made a support here and then made a higher high, but that didn't really confirm the trend, because you still, from the top, if we zoom out here, let me go to like the 12 hour, make it a little easier to see here. So we came down from our top and then we came up and we made a lower high than our all-time high. So we came down, made a lower low, and then a lower high. So what could happen is we come down and make a lower low, but that didn't happen. We came down and made a higher low, basically saying from here. So a higher low than this one, basically saying traders aren't going to let it get down past that level, and we're going to eventually switch the trend here to start making higher highs than this one, which we did here, and now we are trying to do today again. So you can see we got rejected right at this high, but maybe it takes, another day and we can break up past that. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm hoping for, and we'll see. I hope that makes sense, newbie. And then the DeFi, like I was talking about. Let me know if there's any. I know I'm talking a lot, guys. Let me know if there's any more coins you guys want to check out. I'm going to go through a lot of them after my rant on DeFi. So here is this is the DeFi futures. So basically this is a lot of the main DeFi coins, a lot of them all combined. And you can see we peaked back in February, and then we recently, early April, broke those highs, and DeFi was starting to heat up, and then Bitcoin crashed and we dropped below that, and now we finally have broken back up, and hopefully will kind of shoot up here like we did. You can see we had this nice run right up. Now we have consolidation, breaking all previous highs here back in February, and now hopefully we have a nice run like this one again. That's what I'm hoping for over the next, couple weeks it could last. So that's why I'm in some DeFi plays right now. I told you guys Aave and Uniswap are my two big DeFi plays that I'm allocated to. And again, Uniswap hit all-time highs today too. And you can see the Uniswap chart looks very similar to the DeFi futures chart. So, had a big run, now consolidated here, and now we are making all-time highs. And it's not just that DeFi is blowing up, but I've been telling you guys version 3 comes out May 4th. And I would expect Uniswap to keep gaining here at least until May 4th. And then you might see actually a dump on May 4th when it actually, all the anticipation gets the price moving very high, and then when it actually comes out, not that it's bad, but people know the anticipation's over, so they sell. So there might be a well, Uniswap's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, DeFi play because it's the biggest decentralized exchange, the biggest DEX. So it is part of the DeFi category, let's say. I know it's also part of the DEX category, but technically it's kind of like you know so you know I'm more in it because of the version 3 coming out, but the DeFi, heating up is definitely helping as well. Um, so yeah, hitting all-time highs today, having a little pullback within the hours, but yeah, you know, I'm not I'm not worried at all. Maybe we come back down and make support again on the previous highs, but yeah, I don't see, I could be wrong, guys, not financial advice, but I don't see why let me turn the indicators off for now. I don't see why Uniswap wouldn't keep pumping up until like May 3rd, May 4th. Just because I feel like most people think it will. It's speculative. So, yeah, so when I say that, it's by the rumor, by the announcement that something's coming, a new version or a big event, something, by the rumor that it's going to happen, that, and then sell the news. So when the news actually breaks, version 3 is live, I think the price is going to move either way. It could continue to pump, but I'm betting there will be a drop at that point. And to get to your question, there'll probably be a nice retracement, but the tools that it's offering are so good for liquidity providers and people using the platform, that long term I think it will only help the price. I think they're giving a lot of tools that other platforms are not going to be able to copy. Like PancakeSwap is a direct copy of Uniswap, at least the swapping feature. Like they literally copied the code. And SushiSwap is also just like a copy of the swapping feature that Uniswap created. So apparently they're not going to be able to copy legally. They're not going to be able to copy these codes and use them. We're not really sure how it's going to work legally, but they have like liquidity concentration and price ranging liquidity pools. So, and there's more that I haven't even really know all of the functions it adds, but basically I think that's going to bring in a lot more volume and money into Uniswap long term, and it will probably take back some portion of PancakeSwap, some of the market cap of PancakeSwap and SushiSwap that it has lost. And then in July, they're supposed to get Optimism rollups, which should totally solve the Ethereum gas fee issue, which gas fees aren't even that bad at the moment. Apparently, the Berlin upgrade that Ethereum did has helped with gas fees, and the Optimism rollups are going to pretty much do cents on the dollar for gas fees. So that's supposed to come out in July. So there'll probably be a lot more. I might get back into Uniswap if I sell some the start of like the end of June in anticipation of those roll-ups coming out. So I kind of, want to stay ahead of the game, because I'm not the only one looking at what's coming out, and what's going to help certain tokens. So, and again, I'm not married to these tokens. I like a lot of the projects a lot, but I'm mainly focused on increasing my Bitcoin and Ethereum bags. So I'm using the altcoins. I'm cycling through different altcoins to add to my Ethereum and Bitcoin bags. Yeah, Royum, I hope we have a really nice May. I hope Bitcoin dominance drops to 40 and all the altcoins go crazy. That's honestly what I hope for. And by saying that, I hope Bitcoin kind of goes up very, very gradually. That would be nice. Not. And sorry for all the Bitcoin maximalists out there, but that's just what I'm hoping for. I'm a little biased, so. And then I hope Bitcoin rockets. Yeah, crypto newbie. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna play it, and hopefully it works out. Even like you could increase stop losses if you're on an exchange with Uni. If you're doing it on Uniswap, I don't think you could do that, but yeah, I have heard. We could take a look at Atom, Cosmos there. I have heard, basically like Solana just had a huge run. It's probably going to continue, in my opinion. Here is Solana. Yeah, I mean, it could just consolidate here a little more and then pop up again. Let's see, that's the day, or that's the 1 hour. This is the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean, it could keep going. I have no doubts with Solana. But I've heard like Cosmos is going to follow Solana. So if we take a look at Atom here. So yeah, this looks nice. Cosmos did have a nice run. basically with DeFi, kind of the same sort of timeline back in early February. Um, and then has just been ranging in here. But again, nice support down here. Again, kind of like Aave, making the triple support down here. And it did technically make all-time highs and got rejected hard. This is the same sort of thing um, like Chainlink, it looks like, where Bitcoin, where it probably would have made support on previous highs, but Bitcoin just dragged it back down, and now it has to fight again to get up there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see why it looked like it was going to, you know, a week or two ago, start making moves higher after this nice consolidation period, this nice double, big double bottom, and this big W pattern here. And now I don't see why, as long as Bitcoin doesn't um, have a big dip, why Cosmos wouldn't get its turn here. Because again, traders are cycling through, a lot of the guys who caught the Solana pump or are still riding it, hoping for another bump up. When it does seem like it's slowing down a lot, they'll probably hop into Cosmos, and that will start, pumping. So, yeah, Royum, this looks good. Let's see here. Let's just check in on let's check in on, and this is Ethereum BTC. So you saw the US dollar pairing did get up to its range, but the BTC pairing has not gotten up to its range yet. So it's still got a little room to go here. And I think zero point 0.5, which is where we're at, like right at this moment, it's pretty crazy. I'm not sure if it hit it. No, it did not hit it yet. But 0.05, so one Ethereum will be worth 5% of a Bitcoin. Um, and this could happen anytime, really. It's finding some resistance there. So I would say the dollar pairing is not why it's not finding resistance on the dollar pairing. It's finding it right here because zero point 0.5 is a big psychological level for Ethereum to break. No, it's not I don't think it is. It's very, very close. It's about $15 off its all-time high in the last 4 hours. It did hit it in the last 4 hours, but on the Bitcoin pairing, it is at its all-time high at 0.0499. So, no, newbie, I'm happy to answer any questions. Um, let's see here. Use Kraken to trade in order to fund a second account. I use euros. So it really matters, newbie, what your goals are. Um, my goal for the time being, because I don't think this bull run is over, I think Bitcoin will hit um, Bitcoin will hit higher highs. I'm hoping we do like a 3 to 4x from here on Bitcoin. Hey Nazero, hope you're doing good, man. Um, yeah, I'm hoping Bitcoin does a 3 to 4x from here. Um, that's kind of the top I'm looking for. People have higher tops, you know. Obviously, 100K would be a big thing here, and Ethereum has done it. It is at 0.050, and now I wouldn't be surprised if it can break this. Yeah, you're gonna see it start moving here, I think. And it's going to move on the dollar pairing too, I would imagine. We'll see. It's holding there. This is a 15-minute chart, but if it can break this pretty well, I think it's people are going to continue to maybe move Bitcoin into Ethereum for the time being, because it still has some, you know, ranging to do. So we'll see. But it's holding above 0.05 right now, barely. So we'll see. But back to what I was saying, if you're a lot of people's goal in crypto is to just make more dollar value or euro value, just keep increasing their cash holdings. So it depends on what you want to do. If you're just focused on gaining more Bitcoin, then I would probably, once my money is in the exchange, I would probably exchange it all for Bitcoin and then trade the Bitcoin pairings back and forth. But yeah, again, not financial advice. That's what I would be doing. And again, then I'm not, like, I don't stress about my dollar value going down right now in my portfolio. I stress about my Bitcoin value, how much of it I have in Bitcoin going down and up. So that's so it's two different ways, but yeah, that's how I do it. So it depends on what a lot of people online just try to you know, they jump in an altcoin, they increase their dollar value or euro value by 20%, and then they get out and they made 20%, you know, cash on their cash, you know. So Nazero, I normally stay in a position at least a few months. I'm more of a swing trader. I'm not a day trader. You know, and when I say swing trader, it could be a couple weeks. If I hit some of my targets, I'll take it out and put it into something else or back into Bitcoin. So I hope that answers your question. Like, as far as my Bitcoin holdings go, I'm holding until I reach certain levels that I'm hoping for, and then I'll sell a little bit on the way up. As we go up, I'll keep selling a little bit towards where I think my top is going to be, and then once we reach the top, I'll still probably have like 10 to 15, maybe 20% left in case we continue going higher and higher. So XRP to BTC, yeah, we could check that out. And guys, I'll check that out, but I just wanted Ethereum breaking 0.05 per and the Bitcoin pairing. Not only, it's so psychological that Bitcoin dominance has been dropping this hour to new lows, because that money is going to flow into Ethereum, which is really good for DeFi and really good for the altcoin market. So, yeah, we are at 50.08% Bitcoin dominance on most of the trading software platform like charts. So we're 0.7. Okay, we're getting very close to 50, and I know on coin market cap it says we've already passed 50, but I don't go by that one. I go by this one. So I don't really know which one's right, but most of my supports have been pretty accurate for where it's been holding up. Yeah, let's do XRP. Yeah, Nezero, XRP, BTC. This is a 15-minute. Let's go to the 4-hour, kind of get an idea. Nezero, yeah, you like day trading memes on BSC. I haven't done it, but I have been tempted to. It's that temptation that keeps, I don't want to. I will be the guy, because I'll be the guy that loses, and I already know that. That's kind of my luck with those type of things. So I will get in right before the rug pull happens. So, but a lot of, easy peasy money. Yeah, I know. I'm fighting the temptation to get into, because I know they're basically Ponzi schemes. Not, they're hype schemes, viral schemes. That everyone knows are going to dump, and no one knows exactly when except the one who's going to dump it. So I just yeah, I get it. Go 1 week and compare it to 17. Okay. Yeah, so this looks pretty similar to Litecoin, which I am bullish on because of the BTC chart. Yeah, this is 2017. Let's see here. If I put this is kind of the lowest it was. So, yeah, I mean, let's see if you've broken that trend line yet. This one. So this will probably act as some sort of resistance. I mean, you could even bring it there. And that you might hit some resistance here, but But you've already broken, you know, a couple of these major downtrends. So, and you've gotten down to almost the lowest point it was ever against Bitcoin, or at least back to where it right before it popped here. So, yeah, XRP and Litecoin look very similar. Uh, you know, plus the SEC stuff, if we get more news on that, it could blow through this easily, in my opinion. So yeah, it's looking good here, and yeah, I mean, if it gets one of these candles or a couple of these candles, you're you know, you have so much to gain. I assume it would have to go up to like $10 or $13. But this is about a 900% gain on Bitcoin from where it is now. So yeah, I like these charts. Yeah, it could. It could. I know like $10 to $13 is a lot of. I think that's mainly based on some Fibonacci levels, um, but yeah, at the peak, it could definitely get up to 20. Yep. Um, Take a look at yield farming on Solana. Yeah, I was looking at the Solana dApps yesterday, and Solana's kind of got some of that BS or BSC hype going right now, with, you know, all of the coins on there that haven't really pumped yet. So I'm trying. I've been kind of focused on my DeFi stuff. So once I get out of those plays, when they hit, hopefully when they hit my targets, I'll definitely be kind of taking a lot more time to, because hopefully I'll have more capital to kind of play around with, you know, yield farming, and maybe the put like a very very tiny amount into some of these crap coins. Let's see here. But yeah, I want to do some yield farming for sure with some of my capital. I just haven't got to the amounts I want yet. So let's see here if Ethereum is moving here. Yeah, it's still going up here, guys. So I think if we go to like the 5 minute, it broke above on the 5 minute and came back down and found support on the 0.05, the 5% of a Bitcoin, and now it's going up again. So we might have made very very short-term support on there, but yeah, that's going to keep Ethereum pumping here, I think. And we'll see if Uniswap keeps moving after that too. So I think it's going to help a lot of altcoins. So and Bitcoin dominance, I do want to keep an eye on this. 50.04. So we are continuing to drop. Let's see about Bitcoin, what Bitcoin's doing. Oh, big wick down. Let's see. So Bitcoin, this is on the 5-minute. So just kind of sitting there. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, staying neutral is fine. Just some of that money is probably going to start flowing again into Ethereum and some of the altcoins there. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin kind of just sticking with Bitcoin. One I've been telling you guys about is Earn. It's an NFT play that took off in March and then has basically fully corrected, and seems to have made a bottom here. So it's had support here about 3 times on the 4-hour at least. And now seems to be making higher highs on the 4-hour. So it still have some, it's still got to prove some stuff here, but I just like the possibilities for this one. So this is to Ethereum, so it doesn't even, this isn't the Bitcoin chart. And obviously Ethereum's gonna probably do pretty well today, so that kind of keeps this, it's still, you know, up 15% on Ethereum, which means it's up 20 or 18% on the dollar pairing. So let's see some of the other ones. Here's Pundy X. I'm not sure if this is the newer old coin. This might be the old coin. Here's Dogecoin. Yeah, Doge holding up, but you know, on the macro scale, it's making lower highs and lower lows, lower high. So we'll see. It could just consolidate here, but I'm not convinced. Now, the whole anticipation thing, Elon Musk is apparently going to be on SNL, and there is no way Dogecoin and Bitcoin are not going to be mentioned if there isn't a whole skit about it. So there's a lot of people, millions of people watching SNL. Most of them maybe have heard about it, about Dogecoin and stuff, but it could pump again. It could that day. So or leading up to it. I don't know. Not financial advice, definitely, but that's something to think about. Here is Mana token, Decentraland. Nice recovery from the Bitcoin drop here, and almost up 10% today, almost hitting new highs here. A little ways away, but could happen in the next few days. Let me know if you guys have any coins you guys want to look at. Another one I'm pretty bullish on is Band. Which Band Protocol, big Oracle play. Again, was making all-time highs. This is on the Bitcoin chart. On the dollar chart, was making all-time highs and then kind of got rejected with Bitcoin, but is now fighting to get back up there. But if we look at the dollar pairing here, you know, going back up, and again, really bad timing with the Bitcoin drop there. It was looking really good. So I would expect us to get up there eventually. So I would definitely, if some of my other coins hit their targets, I probably would allocate some Band after with any profits I take. Aave, yeah, let's, I think I have that right here. Thanks, man, appreciate it. Let's see. So we got it on Wobi. So Arweave, from the looks of it, has had an incredible bull run so far. Let's see. Kind of looks like VeChain. Let's see, from around this point here in December, it's done okay, 1200% to where we are now. A 12x. So that's really good. But I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say that's too much. Like, it could definitely grow more. All right, see you later, newbie. Thanks for your questions today. Thanks for subscribing too. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so had the Bitcoin dip here on Arweave. It seemed like it was in kind of a retracement already. I'm assuming this was... Oh, maybe that isn't when Bitcoin dropped. But let's do a fib level here from the top to where it did bottom out. Was that when Bitcoin dropped? April 23rd? Either way, it was kind of already doing a retracement, which seemed to be pretty good for some coins, because they didn't have far to drop when Bitcoin dropped to hit certain key levels. Like I saw this with Binance Coin, BNB. It had topped out and then it was on a retracement, and it was already down a bit from the top when Bitcoin had a big dip, and it did not seem to drop that far because it came down to it wicked down to a key level and then got bought up, where people were already ready to buy it at that level. So some coins that just hit all-time highs dropped way more percentage-wise because they were so high to begin with. And now you've had a really nice recovery, just breaking through, all these fib levels. And if let me zoom in here. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason for, you might come down and test this this fib level again, the 0.618. But, you've already kind of tested it here, and now if you can get above there, you make support on the 786 and just keep climbing there. Yeah, you kind of hit resistance from this previous top here. So that's what kind of caused you to fall in the middle. So you had a rejection, and you've had a really nice couple days. So seems like you were kind of due for a slight cool down. But, it seems like it's holding this consolidation here. This previous low from like yesterday. So if it can hold, or even just hold about 27.44 there on that fib level, I think eventually you're going to break this this resistance here. I could put basically where those 2 days or where that day closed, that's where you got to. If you can break that, obviously you got to break all-time highs, but this is looking very strong. Very strong recovery. After getting down to this level here. Yeah, and you have like some historical, the past consolidation here, your past all-time highs. This area, basically that's where buyers were ready to pick up, which is why it wicked basically to that level. Basically took away this part of the run here. So buyers ate that up when it got back down to these levels. So, but yeah, you're looking. you're looking good. Um, very strong in the past few days. I don't see why this wouldn't be, testing. But it is important to, break this, uh, because it's not your all-time highs. So it's one thing if you get back up to your all-time highs, but if you can't break, the one the one after that, this high here, if you keep getting rejected there, and I wouldn't even call this like a serious rejection, but you know, if you keep getting rejected there, it could keep you down a lot longer. You definitely want to get up and at least test the all-time highs. But again, this is the 4-hour candles. This is a few days worth, and you're already up from the bottom. You're up almost all the fib levels. So I think it looks good. And if you break all-time highs, your first fib extension is around $45.50. $45.50. So looks good though, Malcolm. If you guys like the content, please feel free to subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment on previous videos if you can. It helps me out. And like this video. And then, if you have a Twitch account too, or a YouTube account, and you're on the other one, I'd appreciate you just logging in real quick and following me or subscribing. Helps me out there too. So I appreciate it, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any more coins. Saturday Night Live, Royum. So I don't know if you're based in America, but we have this sketch show every Saturday night. I mean, you probably know what Saturday Night Live is, but yeah, he's gonna host it. Normally they have like celebrities hosting it, so I was surprised to hear he was gonna host it, but I'm definitely gonna watch it because he's just funny. I feel like he's gonna be totally out of his element trying to act on sketches and stuff. So yeah, it's like a sketch show, and normally they have like a celebrity or a really famous musician hosting it, or like an actor, actress. But yeah, Elon Musk is going to host it, and the host has to act in a lot of sketches, so I can imagine it's going to be funny to watch. The content might not be that funny, but him trying to act, I feel like is like an alien trying to act, so should be pretty entertaining. Oh, okay. So that's really good, Malcolm, and uh, that also may be why it is hitting resistance at these levels. Yeah, you're saying the other day. So this is a dollar pair. I'm sure this was more of a Bitcoin resistance than the dollar pairing resistance. So, um, I don't know if you're making a joke, Royum, but and it's going over my head, but yeah, like little skits like that they act out that are supposed to be funny. Most of the time they're not that funny, but let's check on Ethereum here. So yeah, Ethereum's still holding up against at that, it's still at 0.50, so maybe it is hitting some resistance there, but it is technically above it. But yeah, Ethereum did, let's see. It did make another all-time high at 2761 now. Just about half an hour ago. So it did make an all-time high there, and it made hit a serious milestone for the Bitcoin BTC chart, or Ethereum BTC chart. Just gonna check on Aave here. So yeah, Aave got up to 486 and has now come back down and made support on the fib level and previous highs here. We'll see. It's had a really nice run in the past few days. Maybe it comes back down to test this next fib level, but I'm not convinced that's going to happen yet. We'll see. Uniswap, yeah, holding right at previous highs here earlier yesterday, or from yesterday. So we'll see if it can hold the 42, exactly $42, if it can hold there. Bitcoin, yeah, just kind of moving sideways here. Possibly could see a little downward movement. If I had to guess, some downward movement to, I would say probably around the 52 to 53, probably right at, like 52.3. There was some, that's kind of after the big pump, that's kind of where it settled. So if I had to guess, I'm going to put a marker here and we'll see if I am right. I'm going to say 52.3. This is just a, where I think it might head in the short term, to make a higher low than back here. I think Bitcoin might be headed in the next day or two down to 52,300, and we will see tomorrow if it happens by tomorrow or by Friday whether I'm right on that, before kind of moving back up or moving sideways. I got 5 minutes left, guys. If you guys got any coins you want to check out, let me know. And Bitcoin dominance, moving back up very, very slightly. 50.11 now. So we'll see. I think that's going to be a big stronghold for the 50 mark there for Bitcoin. Uh, but it hasn't been able to hold any supports very long. So, except for the one support it had at like back up here around 60. It held this for like 2 months. So, but all the other supports have been failing pretty fast within a few days normally to a week max. Unfederal Reserve. Is that like, is it a coin? Is it UFR? Not up here. I can see, oh, I have heard of that. On Uniswap. I have seen that token, like on Twitter and stuff, but I didn't know what it was. Pump back in February, wow. Oh, I guess someone has asked me to chart this out because I have charted it out here. Yeah, broke all-time highs and now made support on all-time highs, or it's making support. You gotta see if it sticks. But if you start to get another move up, I would expect possibly another move. Yeah. Well, it's got to go to 100 though, so. But I can see just the name catching on for people. All right, guys. Looks like Ethereum is going to be hitting resistance there, possibly. We'll see. But it is below 0.05 right now, and so Bitcoin dominance is going to keep going up a little bit, but we'll see how long this lasts. I mean, you can imagine a lot of people probably switching, you know, in anticipation of a reversal for Ethereum Bitcoin, switching back into Bitcoin at 0.05. So they might have made a mistake, or they could be really smart. Cool. Yeah, that's not a bad market cap. All right, guys. I gotta go. I will be on tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and good luck in your trading. And God bless.